Chapter 3. Envy in the Bible. Examples and consequences. In this chapter, we will explore several examples of envy found in the Holy Scriptures, as well as the consequences that accompanied this destructive feeling. Cain and Abel. Genesis 4 verses 1 to 16. One of the first examples of envy in the Bible is found in the story of Cain and Abel. After God accepted Abel's sacrifice, but not Cain's, the latter felt strong envy towards his brother. This envy led him to kill Abel in a fit of rage, resulting in Cain being cursed and banished from him. Joseph's brothers. Genesis 37. In the account of Joseph in the book of Genesis, we see how Joseph's brothers were envious of him because of the special favor he received from his father. Their envy led them to sell Joseph into slavery, setting off a series of events that eventually led to Joseph becoming second in command in Egypt. Saul and David. 1 Samuel 18-19. King Saul developed envy towards David after the latter gained the favor of the people for his bravery in battle against Goliath. Saul, fearing that David would take his throne from him, attempted to kill him on several occasions. This envy eventually led to Saul's downfall and his separation from God's favor. The sons of Korah. Numbers 16. In Numbers 16, Korah's sons Dathan and Abiram rebelled against Moses and Aaron because of their envy of them. Their envy led them to challenge the authority of Moses and Aaron, resulting in their destruction when the earth swallowed them up. King Ahasuerus and Haman. Esther 3-7. In the book of Esther, we see how the prime minister Haman was envious of Mordecai, who refused to pay him homage. Haman's envy led him to plot the destruction of Mordecai and all the Jews in the kingdom. However, his plans were thwarted, and his own envy led to his downfall and death. The Pharisees and Jesus. Mark 15 verse 10. The Pharisees were envious of Jesus because of his growing popularity among the people. In Mark 15 verse 10, we read how the chief priests accused him of many things, in an attempt to discredit and destroy Jesus out of envy of him and fear of losing his influence. The vineyard workers. Matthew 20 verses 1 to 16. The parable of the workers in the vineyard, recorded in Matthew 20 verses 1 to 16, illustrates how envy can arise in the workplace context. Workers hired first complained about receiving the same salary as those who were hired later, revealing their envy and lack of gratitude. The high priest and Jesus. Matthew 27 verse 18. Before Jesus' crucifixion, the Jewish high priest and religious leaders were envious of him because of his authority and teachings. Matthew 27 verse 18 tells us that, out of envy they had betrayed him, which resulted in Jesus' crucifixion. These examples of envy in the Bible illustrate the devastating consequences that this feeling can have on people's lives and on society in general. From murder and betrayal to the destruction of relationships and the loss of divine favor, envy is a sin that leads to misery and separation from God. In the following chapters, we will explore how we can overcome envy and live a life of peace and contentment in the will of God.